yes, greetings to you and welcome to another lovely episode of Amaqhawe A2 Foundation conversations on our favorite channel, 260 Mpuma Kapa TV and Ngobela FM. My name is Ndimpiwe Ndira Dingiswayo. We're going to be together for about an hour. Without wasting more time, I guess let me go straight to what is on the table. On today's episode, while we zoom in with history of trade unions in South Africa, we have one of our leaders that have also participated in the formation of trade unions in this country, and even here in Nelson Mandela Bay, also he has had some roles kwimizabalazo yabasebenzi. We have umhlekazi uMlamli wakwaTsotsi, and I'm sure abaninzi bayamazi bayamazi kakhulu nakwicala lezopolitiko. But a quick reminder, as much as when we talk about trade unions in South Africa, as much as we refer to the formation of COSATU in the 1980s, but before that there were trade unions in this country. Before then, we can go back to as far as Onyakabo 1880, but remember Ngogo, they were dominated by white workers in the mid-1980s. In 1985, we saw the formation of COSATU. Before you, I'm sure you will remember a South African Confederation of Labour. UNL was based on racial policies. It didn't even accept women, according to the history. But I'm sure uyayikhumbula ke ne-Industrial Workers of Africa ngo-1917. There were so many of these trade unions. There were ISACTU, if you still remember yona. But in the 80s, we saw the AZACTU, INACTU, IWUSA, till the formation of COSATU, Confederation of South African Trade Unions, that became allied with ANC as well as the South African Communist Party. But in recent years, we saw the formation of ISAFTU following the expulsion of the then General Secretary of COSATU leyo, uZolenze Mavavi, but sabona again kugxothwa nayo kwephake iNUMSA. But then Mr. Tsotsi in today's conversation, it's all things trade unions. I think let me just go straight to him. Can you please, Mhlekazi uTsotsi, take us to the objectives when COSATU was formed. But firstly, can you please just greet our viewers?
Mandibulise ku viewers Mpuma Kapa TV. Mhlekazi, i-trade union movement, you are correct, ungayitsala kude kakhulu before 1980s. In fact, there was the ICU, Clemens Kadal, and we are also correct. But most of the time, it has been Abamhlophe that were involved with trade union. Our people were not involved. Particularly because in South Africa, colonialism had interfered with how people lived. And the white privilege had allowed them to perform trade unions. Up until later, in the later years, when in the 50s, ISACTU was formed for the sole purposes of uniting the working class, African working class in particular, and the black working class general, to uncedisana nedabi elaliliba ngelo xesha lengcinezelo. So we came in Tina in the 80s, early 80s, so to speak, and we were going to sifika because we were also members of the ANC in the country at the time. ANC's banned, remember?
All right, yeah, that's where I was going to go.
Yeah, ANC's
was
banned.
Banned at that time?
No, it's definitely banned. Yeah. But we're members of the ANC. And there was this thing that you needed to unite Abasebins so that we can hit hard on the capital. Because workers, when they are divided, there's nothing you could do. There's definitely nothing you can do. So unity talk started as early as 1981 for the formation of the COSATU. By the time we went to talks, South Africa, we had trade unions that were black conscious inclined. There was a union that was, a federation that was called KUSA.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, which followed black consciousness movement, that you know, that federation rather. There was also IFOSATU, a registered federation, whose approach to our struggle was completely different. There were comrades, were members of the unions that were in FOSATU, relevant and progressive comrades, so to speak. But FOSATU as an entity had no intention at all to support the struggles of the workers for a total liberation of the working class. It didn't have that, FOSATU as an entity, while it has this membership, a progressive. And we had independent trade unions. One of them was KAUSA, where I come from. It's now referred to.
When
Now
Kweti,
where do I
that
come
time,
in?
Yeah.
What was the KAUSA then? Now it's SACAU, maybe it's SACAU
Yeah.
now. And then the progressive unions were not even registered, like your SAU, your MAKUSA here in the Eastern Cape, and KUSA. We have IGAU nationally. Yeah, we have Food and Canning. Those were progressive unions. And these unions had ties with SACTU. Remember, SACTU was not banned.
Yeah.
But the leadership of SACTU, by association with the ANC and the party, so they had to flee the country. So we needed something that was going to replace SACTU for the purposes of advancing the struggle of the
Struggle
workers.
of the working class, yes.
Yeah. So the idea of COSATU came about, and we started these negotiations. Unfortunately, they stalled for 5 years because there was this thing from the participants that, no, this is an ANC thing, and we're not ANC, we don't want this thing. I remember that some of the comrades were fed up and suggesting that why can't we go alone and leave these unions? But that thing was going to hit us hard because we wanted to have a strong bargaining power. You can't have that when the unions are weak,
Okay.
and divided.
And at that time, yeah, what were the challenges? Because the reason I'm asking about the objectives of FOMISHA, a trade union,
Okay.
at that time, obviously there were challenges. Also, the objectives was identify when you see that we need challenges.
Yeah, there were several challenges. Key among them was that unions were not registered, were not recognized by the government. So you couldn't have a stop order facility. And the unions would collect subscription fees. Ngesandla, umnqwazi literally umnqwazi. Uyokolekta abasebenzi bepeyile ngolosihlanu abasebenza ngeviki uyokolekta la mali pha yabasebenzi. And that thing is clumsy. Clumsy in that even the time yokuba wenza receipt for abasebenzi ayikho. Naxa likhona gaba zawuye ofisini. And abasebenzi by very nature, because ncinci le mali bayipeyayo, uba uyanga uyokoleka awuzoyifumana la mali. Because xa ufika endlini funeka usalile, funeka yenze everything else. Remember, we didn't own properties. We had to rent. So funeka rentile enze nezinye izinto. So you can't expect umsebenzi ke xa ungayanga uyokoleka phaa la mali uba izawuba khona. That's one challenge. So abasebenzi also xa befuna strike. Strikes were illegal in South Africa. Whatever form, there was nothing called a legal strike in South Africa. Nothing. Those registered trade unions also had to follow certain processes before they can declare a strike. There will have to be a dispute first with the management.
Okay.
So we wanted to have more power, hence we needed to unite workers under one umbrella.
But I think let's come with that one. Please hold that thought. We're just gonna come back after the break. All right. Let's welcome you back in our episode where now we are discussing the formation of trade unions in South Africa. This is Ndimpiwe Dingiswayo. You're still on Mpuma Kapa TV as well as Nkobela FM. We are in conversation with Mhlekazi Mlamli Wakwatsotsi. He's a former, I don't know if I can say a former, but he was involved when it comes to when it comes to the formation of those trade unions, especially on events. He was there on those events that were leading to the formation of COSATU. So he just told us about their, challenges at the time. But he's still here with us. Mhlekazi Tsotsi, you were talking about the need to form or to unite the workers or the working class at the time.
The thinking behind was that we needed one trade union per industry. That was the thing behind the formation of COSATU. One union, one industry. And we came close to that. We didn't really achieve that, but we came close to that, leading to the formation and the launch of COSATU. Unfortunately, we can't say the same for today's trade union. It's too fragmented. It's in pieces. We don't know whether it's going forward or moving backward. We've lost a lot of what we have gained during the struggle in this peacetime. And we have a government that is friendly or has friendly policies towards the working class rather than the apartheid government. But the trade union leadership is messing up.
Is it the leadership, or is just that before we can get to that low part, but nowadays everyone can see that there are so many challenges that are facing the workers, and it looks like he says about a battle. He says about an ongoing battle. Umzekelo singathatha even labor brokers. It's been years since kuthethwa nge-labor brokers, but till now sisathetha nangazo. So xa sibuyela back, then umhlawumbi ke singathi ke usinike nje umzekelo yemeko at that time, and now prior 1994 mhlawumbi ke i-highlights engathi ke zaye zaphunyelelwa federations at that time.
Okay. 1st May, for starters, was not legal in South Africa. Workers had made sure by 1st May become legal in South Africa. We won that battle. That workers will not go to work. This is through sacrifice. Workers knew the challenge of no work, no pay, but they still didn't go to work on the 1st May. Particularly if it will fall over during the week rather. Workers will still not go, knowing very well they will not get paid for that. 16 June, same. Workers and students will not go to work or school. These were the gains of the working class. They were not given. These were the gains. Because 1st May is an international solidarity day with the working class. So you can't take that for granted. It's taken for granted now. Even if you were to check the rallies on that particular day, check the numbers of today with a friendly government and the numbers of those days with a murderous SADF regime.
Then who's taking Ezonsuku for granted?
Today we're taking them for granted, and yet people have died for those struggles. Let me also address the question of labor brokers which you raised.
But I think sisaya kuyo because I think it's part of izinto za
okay.
sizibona kule
Okay.
new dispensation ifundeka iphiko lo hlobo.
No.
But into ebendifuna at least emphasize pha eqaleni it's zezona highlights.
Yeah.
So that when we come forward to recent history lena no it's izawuba clear into bana actually kukhona apho kuphazameka khona because essential dijonge ukuya pha ke ku 1994 was it wise mhlambi for iCOSATU ibe kanti okay igudlana imiqolo for lack of a better word kunye nombutho olawulayo mhlambe that time before umbutho ube sezintanjeni mhlawumbe omnyanga avuma athi ewe yayi right lonto but after yaye yangena kulawulo i-ruling party le suppose khona nokenye into ena ya reconsider.
You know, many people always say, and others have been saying before, ukuthi the alliance with a nationalist organization is wrong or was wrong. I want to say here and now that it was correct. It had a purpose. And the question is, then, after 1994, you know, unfortunately, there is no formula for liberating a people. There's no formula at all. You can't say it would have been correct to break the engagement, because it has not been broken. And we can't be, speaking about the ifs. Well, battle of if shall never be won. So we don't need to go there. But let's now deal with, has it worked?
Yeah, that's a big question.
Yeah.
But
I'm responding with that. Has it worked? Yes and no. Yes, in that we're able to sit down with our comrades in government and say, this is how we want things to go. We'll engage with them. We'll agree. And the ANC will go in parliament and pass those laws. So it has worked to that extent. That's
some
why.
news I was by says the best piece of legislation or othetha
Maternity,
okay,
equal pay for all workers, and equal gender, equal pay also. Official holidays,
okay, yeah.
you know, things that we could not get.
The reason this year up is because of in the past or recent history, there has always been those complaints that we were not consulted. A particular thing has been, or a particular resolution, in fact, has now been adopted by government, but we were not consulted. So that's why I'm saying it was important to ban at least usibone isba zeziphi these pieces of legislation okuthetha ngazo.
You know, it will be disingenuous for anyone to say trade unions were not consulted.
Essentially, they are not all parties. There's very instances whereby you say, even the Tripartite Alliance, ET, no, we were left out.
No,
on
let me finish. I'm saying it will be disingenuous for trade union leaders, in particular the ones in the Tripartite Alliance, to suggest that they were not consulted. What normally happens is that after consultation, people will go in parliament and pass legislation. And when they pass this legislation, it may not represent what was agreed upon. That has happened on several occasions. But to say there was no consultation, no, it's not true. However, this thing of consultation, the blame and challenge of consultation, if you check, always towards national elections, people from COSATU and SACP will start this thing, we're not concerned about this, because not because they're genuine, but because they also want a stake in the list process. That's the problem. That's what's happening now. So that's why I said when I started, they are not honest when they say ANC has not been consulted. No ANC has been consulting. But lately, ANC has its own problems. If you check, for the past 10 years, ANC has been having serious problems.
All right.
So maybe if you want to compare the ANC of today and the ANC when it was strong, then you'll be wrong to say ANC was not consulting.
All right.
Then.
Okay. We're still in conversation here with Umhlekazi Utsotsi. We're taking all things. We're talking all things that has to do with formation of trade unions in South Africa. We started on the formation of COSATU, but then remember in the recent history there was the formation of SAFTU. Why? But then I'm sure he will have a word when it comes to that. But for now, let's just go to the break. Right, welcome back. This is still another episode of Amaqhawe Ethu Foundation. Remember, we are in conversation with Mr. Mlamli Tsotsi on formation of trade unions in South Africa. Well, you are still watching Mpuma Kapa TV and I'm Dimpiwe Dingiswayo. Mhlekazi Tsotsi, siphinde sibuyele kuwe tata. Kulo mcimbi ke we-formation we-trade unions in South Africa. Uzimentionile izinto zaliqela and ekuzimentioneni kwakho uchaphazele nomahluko okhoyo ku-trade unions kweli xesha langoku nangaphambilini. Kuphinde sibuyisele apho.
Okay, you know, today, instead of having one federation, one country, as the COSATU seek to achieve, we have so many federations today. The latest being SAFTU, as you alluded to. SAFTU is the best child, or is a result of the failures of COSATU. There was no way that people that have formed SAFTU today had thought of establishing SAFTU.
Yeah,
no way. Because the General Secretary was the General Secretary of COSATU. So they had no intentions at all. However,
at the beginning.
At the beginning.
Yeah, at the beginning.
However, the conditions led them to establish SAFTU. But the last straw, whereby hey, was when NUMSA was expelled from COSATU. How do you do that? Any normal thinking working class leader knows that you can't expel a trade union unless that trade union is doing everything to destroy the federation. Then it becomes a different ball game. But NUMSA was not doing anything to that effect. In fact, it brings us back to the question, the alliance.
Yeah, because nam I found ziyalinga, and ekulingeni kwazo it also goes to, I will say, maybe policies that are being adopted by the government. Mhlawumbe sinobuyela back as far as even today there are still unions that still complain that the economic policy implemented on government. I'm sure back in 1996. Yenye set up back against abasebenzi and also RDP ke as much as ke yaba eyoqala ke ukube kanti implement, but then after all kwakhona igiya. Even today NUMSA isakhala ngegiya. Nezinye zikhona nezinye unions sometimes that no le policy yathi yaphe kanti ibuyisela back against abasebenzi. So senthetha iyonke lento ayingoba mhlambi ke ayinanto yakwenza ne consultation. How come abasebenzi bakhale ngento implementiweyo babe bona bebe part of yona?
You know, the funny part is that abantu bakhala, if we are to talk ngegiye, bakhala against policies. What's interesting is that they are part of the people against these policies.
Exactly, yeah. That's my point. Ibuyela back kula part ebenthethe ngayo yours align with.
So, you know, before the NUMSA, ANC is a nationalist organization. Nationalist through and through. And to think that the ANC is a class party suggests, well, you don't understand the ANC. You don't know the ANC. Once ufuna ukwenza ANC a communist party, ANC is not a class party. ANC is not for the working class. Has never been. It's not about to be a working class party. ANC is a mass organization. It's for everybody. And within the ANC, there's a contestation of classes that wants to control the ANC. And unfortunately, the bourgeoisie within the ANC and their aspirants in the ANC have always been in the control of the ANC. Have always. But because we had a strong party in the past, we were also members, the party leadership of the NEC of the ANC. They were able to limit the wrongs in the ANC. But that does not mean ANC was not going to push its nationalist agenda as a nationalist organization. So complaining about the ANC as if you don't know what ANC is, I mean, it suggests that you are confused. Because the ANC is a nationalist organization, and it's going to remain so. So this thing of encouraging the expulsion in NUMSA by the ANC leadership, it is because it is in its interest. But weaken them so that we can eat more.
Okay, as abasebenzi mhlawumbe ke umizabuza, okay, why nezawuthatha ilizwe lisuka from outside? Yeah, it's fine by part of the alliance, but they are not there.
Obani ke?
Uthetha ngomba ubana ANC encouraging ugxothwa kweNomsa. So I'm like, igxothwa phi kwiCOSATU. So iCOSATU, those that were there within the COSATU, how bayivuma njani to be divided by?
I had mentioned earlier on in our engagement that people were disingenuous when they were criticizing ANC at some point. And I also said they were doing that because their eye was on the list going to Parliament. So in those discussions they had, people knew if they were going to say no to the expulsion of NUMSA, then what would follow is that abazubakhona kula list. So it's about us now, not the masses. They don't care about kwenzeka ntoni with the working class. Umuntu is eyeing ba xa ndisuka apha zawulenda phi. That is why NUMSA was expelled. You can't find a reason why NUMSA was expelled. Because NUMSA says we are not going to continue funding ANC and its programs. This is a NUMSA conference taking this decision. And you target the NUMSA leadership. But it's NUMSA.
So what suppose itheni iCOSATU at that time nayo ilandele ifollow suit irhoxise ingxowa yayo ingxowa mali yayo on funding ye-ANC, or iyeke iNUMSA yenze ngohlobo efuna ukwenza ngalo? Because the thing at that time there were so many challenges still as ebezi-face abasebenzi. Remember that time sisuka nakula nyikitya yaseMarikana. So those are some of events ezenzekayo prior la decision ye-NUMSA. And so again kula party phofu kula party yobana phofu land kuyithetha into yobana ukufonyishwa kweCOSATU was all about sometimes to bring all
everybody together
under one umbrella. So over the years, phasalaka. Kwaphasalaka kwathi wafonyishwa iSAFTU. So ibe ukhazi umonakalo mhlawumbe ke zingakhona ezinye izinto mhlawumbe ezithe zabengandisa umonakalo.
There was nothing wrong with NUMSA taking that decision. It can't be wrong. Remember, which is what many people forget. Masses are never wrong unless led wrongly. Masses as an entity are never wrong. So if masses, in this case, i-membership yeNUMSA takes a decision that it wants to withdraw its financial support for ANC, you can't punish them for that. The ANC we joined and the ANC we know is an ANC that is persuasive. ANC should have persuaded iNUMSA. Coming back to the question, should other COSATU unions or COSATU itself use the same thing as iNUMSA? As an ANC member, I will definitely say no. I mean, we need to survive.
As an ANC member,
As an
obviously,
ANC, I would
because
say, I would say no.
But now, as someone who would trade union,
Yeah.
because now it's gonna be like, okay, conflict of interest.
Not necessarily. If ANC was doing things correctly to benefit the working class, there will be no need for such withdrawal of funding. However, this thing has to do as to the interest. Because if interest of the working class is not taken care of, then you can't expect to continue.
All right, that is Umlamli Wakwatsotsi. We are talking about the formation of trade unions in South Africa. He spoke of formation of a COSATU back in the 80s and to the formation of a SAFTU in the recent history, saying back then the purpose was to unite all the unions under one umbrella, all the workers under one umbrella, which is COSATU. But back then, because of there has been so many challenges that we're facing the working class, we saw it's one of those conversations that I think will trigger or stimulate debate amongst ourselves and what is actually happening during our lifetime. You're still watching Mpuma Kapa TV and I'm Dimphiwe Dingiswayo. I told you that today we are having Mr. Umlamli Wakwatsotsi. We're talking all things that have to do with trade unions, the formation of trade unions in South Africa. Mr. Tsotsi, you have touched based on so many issues. You spoke of a list of candidates, and that reminds me of some situation. There was a situation here in the Eastern Cape whereby COSATU was left with no leaders because at the time it was the chairperson who was deployed in the National Council of Provinces. So the working class just saw itself without, in fact, leaders, because the leaders were nyani bibubulumko into bana iCOSATU ibe aligned ne-ANC. Okanye mhlawumbe kwezinye izinto ke unganivumela ke ungavumela nami kwezinye ibe right kwezinye ibe wrong.
Well, it's about interest. The alliance on its own.
Okay, sorry. Well, the thing is, there is umhlekazi ke uVavi. Ne. uVavi ubeke wathi phofu ke zange sambone edeployiwe okanye ke burhulumenteni, but ngomnye wabantu abake batsho ke back then ndandisemncinci ngoko into bana yena interest yakhe ucala abasebenzi. So ke officially sometimes people buyele bike ilanto yala position kuyo secretary nida abe full time pha, but ke zanga then ke ubuye uze back kumhlekazi ka SACP uminister waye siyakhumbula ke then secretary onguchairperson ngokuna waya deploy ku government as minister. On weekends nxibi iregalia yombutho uthetha about socialism zonke ezazilokeni, but during the week uthetha about i-budget. So ndizama ubuyela nakule nto bana abanye bayakwazi ungafuni ukungena ku-government, but abanye bakwazi ukungena, like example lapha e-Eastern Cape after i-2014 general elections 2014 general elections iCOSATU yake yasheka ingena as leaders.
As I said, it's about interest. You know, people who prioritizes themselves, as has been the case with the recent leaders, says nothing wrong by abasebenzi babe leaderless. As long as they're taken care of, they're able to drive these big cars, bayohlala kusabhabhu, bashina abasebenzi anyway, bayohlala kusabhabhu, which is a right thing. I mean, which is anybody's right, but we are afford ayohlala kusabhabhu. Because we are now councillors, they will do the same thing. Unyulwa up, barepresente le ward. Into yokuqala yenzayo yothenga indlu kusabhabha kuphinde angafumaneki noba bantu bamnyuleyo. But the point is with trade union is that yes, it was correct to align ourselves then with the ANC. What becomes wrong is the conduct of the leaders in the alliance. The conduct that seeks to disrespect our citizens and not give them a service. Workers are in disarray today. About service, abanye bakwi-trade union ezimbini. You can take a municipality. Omnye member ye-IMATO. Omnye phinde be-member yenye union.
Then kube khona nenye ethi ayidi recognize nayo ifuna ukungena.
Yabona nto leyo. And today, unions are owned by individuals. They register unions as a business. You can't expect the workers to get a service. Kubantu who are business people.
Mhlekazi Tsotsi, there is this thing of a candidate list. You have mentioned the candidate list. So we went back to, as far as, let's just go back to 2014, the trade union in the Eastern Cape, which was COSATU, or it was left without a leader. It was leaderless because leaders were deployed to government. So that goes back to what you have mentioned about the candidate list. So those were one of the challenges that we were facing, that are still facing the working class. The party, leaders as Pindas, many interest in government. So it talks to maybe conflict of interest, okanye Kazamundi begela nje yona, okanye zi leaders kungakwazi ba kanye ndikweliphi icala.
No, your question yongazazi ba ukweliphi icala. This is about interest. As I said, abantu are thinking of feeding families up at the expense of the workers. They don't care about them. All they want, but if my family ichile, fine. So baya pha bayopangela. It's about that. Bayopangela xa. As to kwenzeka ntoni, they don't care. Google, they've got everything that we never had. Bane medical aid, bane subsidies, bane moto.
Ayingomona lo khange nibe nazo kusala yoba nazo bona ngoku.
No.
Akazothi sendeka nje
you're correct. In earnest, we appreciate this. This is what we wanted by Yenzeke, so that you encourage them. Because I don't want to net umsebenzi wetrade union. We are stressor and awunalo ixesha lakho. So to be emulated with such facilities, it's correct. I'm not saying it's not correct. But the conduct now of this person, unikwe yonke lento, athi awubona ba nasi sihlalo siyavela eParliament, ayishe yonke la abheke eParliament.
But ekugqibeleni uyonyula nje, akonyula, uyazisa pha.
Yes and no. Yes, in that i-process ziyalandelwa sombutho because ukayimember ANC. So i-process ziyalandelwa. No, because if we are committed kumzabalazo wabasebenzi, why would you want a political position? If you are committed, indeed. But because there is no commitment, interest up in team, umzabalazo uchintshile ngoku it's about I yonke into.
All right. So there are challenges. There are still challenges now.
Of course.
I think after when we come, ndifuna nje ubeke nje ingcinga zakho kulombalo, but not for now. After a break, uza kusixelela into mhlawumbi ke ithini future ye trade unions in South Africa, mhlawumbi ke putting in mind membership, putting in mind the challenges as facing abasebenzi, putting in mind so many things ezenzekayo even in our society. But for now, mhlawumbi ke okay, let's say nanku umzekelo lo ANC neCOSATU. There was umba weNomsa kunye nombutho lo wabasebenzi. Okay, I think we are going to the break. Lekho uqhekeko lwenzekileyo when it comes to alignment ye-ANC kunye ne-COSATU. Going forward, ingabe likhona ingomso uba ngakhona enye i-Workers' Party engathi bekanti ibane ilwa ngempumelelo imizabalazo yabasebenzi.
You know, the reason why trade union movement in South Africa is in disarray today is because there's no party of labor.
So funeka kona iyadingeka yona i-party of
We
labour.
need to have a
Not
party of
le-
labor.
yeah, not nationalist.
A party of labor. COSATU was once led by a party of labor, Sovereign Communist Party, which now it's not only a skeleton of its past, but whose leadership's interest is to go to parliament. They don't care about guiding the workers. We were once accused by the New Unity movement and the far leftist from Western Cape. They accused us, the party then, of being tailist of the African National Congress. And the truth is,
Sishona ngamaxesha ke.
yeah, okay, the truth is that the party led the ANC. But you can't say the same thing today.
Okay, sorry. We need kudingeka i-Workers' Party ne,
Yeah,
which,
we need
but then
a party of
we
labor.
saw SRWP.
Unfortunately,
But the idea
I
le
was-
now
I-
wephinde
I-
yadivide
I
isaftu.
was going to say, for it to emerge a part of labor, worker leaders need to do away with their egos. It's not about them. It's for the working class. It's not about them. For as long as they egomaniac, it's not going to happen. Because upper we need leaders upper is humble, who knows uba it's for the benefit of the working class.
So le party ithini iphele ibaselulawulweni lelizwe.
We need
Because
to-
into endiyiqondayo is that okay, nansi i-ANC ibizibambe zonke imiba yoluntu nemiba yabasebenzi but iyasilela kwicala labasebenzi. Now i-workers lena ayizosilela kwicala loluntu.
if we were to liberate South Africa, it has to be led by a socialist party. No way that this country can be freed by a nationalist party.
Alright.
No matter how progressive it is,
Okay,
but it cannot
alright.
liberate us.
Going forward, uyibona njani i-future when it comes to i-trade, i-future nje ye-trade unions in South Africa, putting in mind membership, putting in mind imizabalazo okanye i-challenges ezifacene nabasebenzi?
Trade union movement in South Africa needs to reconfigurate. That's the only way forward. The leadership needs to sit down. As I said, throw away their egos, need to sit down and begin to say, how do we move forward?
All right.
Only when they have sat down and exchange views about how will be the movement forward, can we be able to achieve unity of the working class?
Okay, lastly, i-COSATU besike sayibona i-vocal when it comes to imiba ye-Palestines as well as phofu ke uncikivyo le-Palestina ngusirayeli. Lately, sibone a-South African team phofu ke ingcalabo ezezavakaliswa abantu bechasene nokudlala kwayo ne-team yase-Israel. Khange ithandeke sentsho iye yatyhala ngesifuba kwaqhubekeka kwadlalwa so somhlanje xa uyijonga loo nto leyo uyibona njani?
You know, I have been an ardent supporter of Orlando Pirates up until that match. I can say without any reservations, I'm no longer a supporter of Pirates. I want to start by that. Secondly, you know, apartheid Israeli. These Jews came from Europe, occupied Palestine. After that, they've been murdering Palestine every day. They are murdering Palestinian people in their own land, like the Boers did with us here in South Africa. There's no difference. Boers came here. It's not their land. They murdered us. We fought back. Palestinians are fighting back. And now, Orlando Pirates, knowing very well the plight of the Palestinian people, and they're giving the Palestinian people a middle finger. And you want us to continue supporting such a team. Because Pirates is doing very well as a team. Did not need to go and play there.
All right, when it comes to Ikosatu, do we see maybe, or do you foresee i-trade unions zase-South Africa, because in terms of isaftu nayo is against uncikivolo lwe-Palestina Israel and COSATU as well. Do you foresee do you see any movements ezenzekayo kuthiwa ma-boycott mhlawumbe i-match ze-Pirates?
There might not be a need to boycott in matches at Pirates because they will play anyway. But you need a strategy that is going to make Pirates management feel the pinch for selling out about the Palestinian people. Ukoza and the rest of the management must be made to feel the pinch. They must be made to regret why they played with the murderous shoes team. They must be made to feel it. Orlando Pirates. The protest. People need to protest against Pirates wherever it plays. People need to protest and make Pirates feel it. In particular, the management.
But omnye umuntu uzobantu akho ndichaphazela ngayo ndilapha eSouth Africa ndi-right.
Of course, many people around the world would say akho ndichaphazela ngeSouth Africa mabacinezelwe, but because of mobilization, people realized ukuba we needed to support the South African cause.
So that means zonke izinto ezenzekayo within South Africa, one way or another, funeka abasebenzi
they have to be involved.
Yeah.
But that cannot happen until the summit I spoke about of the left organizations coming together, mapping a way forward in uniting the working class. Because working class today is leaderless. We don't have a party of labor. We have a party called SACP, but it has no interest of the working class. So it's not a party of labor. Even the Vavi party, it has no interest of the workers. Because you can't just isolate few people and say you're a socialist party of few people. Unity of the working class.
I think there you meant to say not Vavi, Jim.
Sorry, Ivan Shim's party. No, not Vavi. Oh, I'm sorry, Comrade Vavi. Ivan Shim's party. It's not a socialist party. In fact,
but yena angakuphikisa uyithetha angakuphikisa.
I will engage when it does that. Yeah. But I'm saying a party leader has an interest of uniting the left. You don't just want to stand and go to parliament. You want to unite the left. Because the people's is bigger than you going to parliament. People's is bigger. You need to liberate the working class in this country. Conditions for the working class have not changed. Have not changed. The laws have improved, no doubt. But the conditions of the working class have not changed. So you can't have isolated parties calling themselves socialist parties. You need to bring everybody on board under one umbrella and lead the working class. So what Ivan is doing, ayindawo. In fact, a young ndawo, kabana in the city parliament ngoku. Because a young ndawo la nomgogwana wakhe. Ndiyatsho ngokuba ngunomgogwana. Samxelela basidibene. La nomgogwana wabo uyanga ndawo. Because abasebenzi rejected that. And abasebenzi will always do that if they're not united.
Mhlekazi andisakwazi nokuthi amazwi okugqibela. Sesilitye kakhulu ixesha. Nguye pha ke umlamli wakwaTsotsi. Besibambe apha ingxoxo namaqhawe ethu foundation bhekiselele ke ekusungulweni kwemifela ndawonye emanyano zabasebenzi eSouth Africa pha ke i-trade unions. Kususekela pha ke but ke as much as azifonyishwe back then, but ke siqale pha ke kwi-events ezilide ekusungulweni kwe-COSATU up to neSAFTU. Mhlawumbe ke asazi nobe ukhona omnye ozayo, we don't know. We shall see. But then on my side, in Dimpiwe Dingiswayo, amaqhawe ethu foundation, I think let's meet again next time. You keep watching Mpuma Kapa TV.